We're back live for day 3 of the East National session. Kicking things off with B.E.A.S.T Prep and HALIFAX Prep. The first of 5 games today on the docket. 11, 1, 3, 5:30, and 7:30.
Had some pretty good games throughout this weekend so far. Looking forward to seeing Toronto Basketball Academy out here on the East Coast this year.
Toronto Basketball Academy in the city now. Here to play their 3-game schedule.
I think if we're talking standout performers for this weekend, I mean, Jacoby Neath, he's been a showstopper. It's been all him and Elijah Fisher for Crestwood. Then you got Kellen Tynes for Rothsay Netherwood, who's been, what is he, averaging close to like 30-something?
Yeah.
Not to mention 6 to 7 steals a game.
It has been impressive to see a couple of the individual performances, that's for sure. We're just trying to work out some issues here with the shot clock. And while we work this out, let's take a short break, and we'll be right back.
NPH National Showcase Circuit. From the grassroots level to the pros, a system has been developed through the National Showcase Circuit. North Pole Hoops hosts 3-day camps in Canada's major basketball markets that focus on exposure, skill development, and development. Top performers go on to receive athletics Division 1 level. Canada's next top talents are identified at NPH's National Showcase Circuit. NPH events. There's an opportunity to get involved at the ground level. NPH hosts elite level high school tournaments to national club team championships throughout the course of the season. Now is your chance to get involved with the fastest growing sport in Canada with the industry leaders and influencers. Get in the game today and join NPH in growing basketball in this country. NPH Scouting Service. The NPH Scouting Service is another platform for exposure with a network of over 300 coaches and scouts from some of the most recognizable brands and programs. Our scouts are constantly evaluating talent to ensure accuracy and credibility.
Tell me, is it something that I've done again? Say what?
Here's Campbell, look out, one hand down.
Seeing is believing. Create your very own mixtape that
Shot clock had to warm up. It's a chilly morning here in Rothsay, New Brunswick. Got things going now. B.E.A.S.T Prep in the whites. HALIFAX Prep in the black. B.E.A.S.T Prep want to get in the win column. Didn't fly all the way out here to St. John, New Brunswick to pick up nothing but L's. So they're bringing some energy in the early going. There we go. Quavon McFarland getting it going for B.E.A.S.T, trying to find something that works. HALIFAX Prep trying to get things together right here. B.E.A.S.T Prep with back-to-back disheartening losses. It's really going to show us a lot about this team right here, how they come out today, and if they can maintain that intensity. This is where they've had trouble, is trying to get on the same page when it comes to sharing the rock. Offensive rebound, can't get the putback. On the other end, Brandon Muntu Jabril Batterdine picks up the foul.
B.E.A.S.T trying to get their first win of the season. It'd be very good for their morale, kind of flip things around.
Muntu with the first. Can't get the roll in the second, but the rebounding machine continues to get it done. Cristo Ugoto stepping in for the steal is Ugoto. Halifax Prep heading back to the line. Ugoto had a great first game to this session. Out of Calgary, Alberta.
And Ugoto and Mayen know each other from back home in Alberta.
Those are the passes that have been getting B.E.A.S.T in trouble all. Travel call. It's those early morning games trying to get people, get the mind going and get the feet to follow suit. Brandon Muntu. Inbounds, gets it back. Swing it around, Jaron Johnson looking for Muntu, cutting through the baseline. Lefty, corner three is good.
Been waiting for Muntu to break out in this session. He's been kind of trying to find a new role for himself, as last year he was looked at to score a lot. This year he's got a lot of support.
Jaron Johnson getting in the shorts, full court. First sub in for B.E.A.S.T, Prince Haiga. Jaron Johnson gets to the baseline, dribbles it off his foot, out of bounds. Both teams trying to find their groove here in the early going. The officials trying to wake it up a little bit. Have to hand the ball to the player, not ready for the chest pass. Nice little break.
Ooh,
B.E.A.S.T,
you gotta be ready for that. And your teammate shouldn't be pointing at you like that either.
These are the things that happen when you're still getting used to your teammates and you're picking up some big L's to start things off.
And Mayen got rushed it a little bit, didn't inbound from out of bounds.
Timeout on the floor. We'll be back after a short break. Halifax Prep getting the rock back here. It's an inbound violation from B.E.A.S.T. Muntu. Jaron Johnson. Ooh, shiny dime. Setting up Cristo Ugodo. Kayvon McFarland going coast to coast, pushing it. B.E.A.S.T. have had trouble with the offense. They're going to try to get it from anywhere, and another big-time move. Cristo Ugodo. Moving with a purpose. Halifax Prep are pressing at every opportunity. Collision. Muntu. No good. Man pulls it down. Back the other way. Big time swat. Lefty.
That's got to get your guys going. You see the whole bench erupt for Halifax Prep. These guys are into it this morning and try to make a statement here.
Chase down block, Brandon Muntu. Halifax Prep, 10-point lead here. Muntu, Ugodo. Defense all over him. Man brings it down. Interesting shot selection.
Interesting, I'd use a different adjective, but that's not the shot you want when you check in the game, especially when you're down 16-6. Every possession is so valuable. I think this is a team where you got to take advantage of their shot clock, get 4 or 5 different touches on every possession just to get in rhythm, get some chemistry going.
I don't change directions quickly, right?
14 on the shot clock. In the bonus. Ugodo at the line. He's had a good first quarter. Muntu pulls down the rebound. Man. One of the lone bright spots for B.E.A.S.T in this session. Needs to get it going consistently, though.
I think that there's been times where Man is what he is. He's a guy that's going to get out in transition. He's a guy who needs little gather to finish at the rim. But with this team, he seems a little frustrated, and rightfully so. They're still trying to piece it all together. So you see his energy levels fluctuate.
Foul call going to the line to shoot two. Be Prince Haiga. Halifax Prep bringing in 3 fresh bodies. Haiga hits the first. B.E.A.S.T having a little chat. If he misses this free throw, they could have been in a little bit of trouble. They want to have any opportunity they can to try to get on these teaching points. Trying to bring that energy. Halifax Prep whipping it around the perimeter. Godo. Ooh, no good. Halifax Prep comes down with it though. That is deep. B.E.A.S.T bringing it down. Jacob Abiola back up top. Omichi Williams.
Got to keep moving that rock. Got to keep moving that rock. That's 8 dribbles on one side of the court and nothing really happened. Lucky to get away with that call.
Up top, man. McFarland, man from range.
Again, everybody live on the perimeter.
Hot potato out there. McFarland gathered it in just in time. Abiola, pull-up jumper.
Banks open, supposedly.
Saturday morning.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this might be the best half a quarter B.E.A.S.T has put yet.
It's an early season, but a nightmare beginning to the session for B.E.A.S.T.
Prime example there of basketball IQ. The first thing that Jacob thought to do there was put the ball on the deck. He had another pass on the wing that was available to him. You just got to catch and look right away. Mayan was available, as well as one of their star guys, Quavon McFarland, who's been pretty consistent for them.
And you can see McFarland has been trying his best to help bring this team together. That's a nice basket right there. Omichi Williams, who I think in the opening game showed us some things, but has really went silent since then. There's B.E.A.S.T getting after it on D. Abiola tried to keep it himself. Man, with the tip in. Some positivity for B.E.A.S.T. They're feeling good. Down 1. Stay with us.
Oh yeah!
We are at Rothsay Netherwood School, the beautiful campus here in Rothsay, New Brunswick, just northeast of St. John. Cannot say enough about the hospitality, not only here on campus, but everywhere we've been in the city. Local coffee shop, hotel. Nice basket, man. It's just been amazing to see because kind of stand out around here when you got some 6+ foot guys and a 7-footer rolling around the hotel lobby. Everybody's super excited as Omichi Williams drops it. I think B.E.A.S.T has their first lead of the NPA season.
In any of games. This could be the moment they turn it around. Energy levels are really up on the defensive end here. That's their 5th steal already.
Well, behind the back, see.
It's the same thing again, right? Don't be afraid to give it up. I think a lot of them are afraid that they won't get it back, but they got to be willing to give it up.
And you know you can always go up top to the big man from Calgary, man.
Let's not get him confused now. You're calling him big man because he's the biggest guy on the floor, but don't get it twisted. Man plays the small forward position naturally at 6'7". He's got a lot of length and needs very little gather to get up above the rim.
I'll change that to long man instead of big man.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, I don't even like positionless basketball.
You don't like positionless basketball?
No, I'm saying I don't even like that term. I think it's just you break it down, especially when we're playing FIBA here. You break it down, you're either a guard, you're a wing, or you're a big.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's a wing.
He's a wing. He's a legitimate wing, for sure. He can create for himself using his dribble, could act as a spot up, and finishes really well around the rim. Good ball movement here from B.E.A.S.T.
Looking for a call, wasn't coming. Ugoto, got to go. B.E.A.S.T up 1, $1:30 left. B.E.A.S.T gonna get it back.
I know some guys on the Halifax team thought that they were neck and neck with Crestwood yesterday. I think Crestwood has shown that they are legitimately the top team, especially in this session.
I have yet to see all the teams, but with a 13-team league, it usually does break down kind of in tiers. And I don't mean crying. I mean tiers of where these teams are at as programs. And absolutely, Crestwood is in the top tier. Who's with them? Who's going to join them? We'll know more and more as the season progresses, especially when we hit Ottawa for the Central National Session about a month from now. All 13 teams will be in attendance for that one.
22-21 for B.E.A.S.T, and if they can continue to play defense the way they've been doing in this first quarter, they're right in this game. You notice in this game so far, all of Halifax's shots have been contested, and that's something that was absent from B.E.A.S.T in the previous games. Coach Daryl Glenn of UPEI in the house, watching from up top. I'm sure he's loving this dose of basketball on the East Coast, not having to fly out to Toronto for this one.
Muntu. Here's the local kid, Tim Cabre, St. John native. I think it's about time that Omichi Williams stops throwing up from that type of range. He hasn't been even close on back-to-back attempts from that depth.
Well, they're from 4 feet outside, and you haven't even got into rhythm yet. Like, you haven't made one from mid-range to let alone shoot a 3. It's just poor shot selection. He'll look back at that and hopefully fix it. I'll take that foul. That's a good foul.
Live stream's a blessing and a curse. Good opportunity to get your game out to everybody, but along with exposure,
it's exposure or be exposed. That's what it comes down to.
You beat me to it, scout. Halifax Prep, with all the strong starts they've had in their games, still trying to find it. I mean, if they do, they could pull away quick on B.E.A.S.T, but for right now, B.E.A.S.T is hanging.
And now the press is on. You're going to see a different side. We'll see. B.E.A.S.T had a lot of problems breaking the press in previous games. We'll see if they can keep it together. We're in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Got the ball in my hand here. As it goes out of bounds, sub me in.
Halifax Prep, 1 point lead, 6 seconds. Ooh, almost a steal. Jaron Johnson looks him off. Nice pass. Once again, going back to the line. This time will be Janai and Simmons.
J9. J9. I know. Look, I know, but that's how J9 pronounces it, and I can't tell him how he pronounces his name. I was told specifically.
I asked him yesterday. So I'll go with what you say.
We'll get these pronunciations down packed before.
I always go directly to the players. How do you want to say your name? I mean, there's times where kids go their entire collegiate careers, get to the NBA, and finally correct somebody.
Yep. Or they add a hyphenated last name.
Exactly. Bank shot 3. Count it to beat the clock. Jacob Abiola. B.E.A.S.T has been looking for something, and it looks like they got it. We're tied at 25. We'll be back. Second quarter action. And that is why Marcus Masters was brought onto this team. Boye on it, step back, Masters.
Your top highlights and skills, and strengthen your recruiting status with a direct video for coaches and scouts. Available at
B.E.A.S.T feeling good about themselves after being handed a couple of blowout losses. They're tied at 25. Jacob Abiola with that buzzer beater.
And they should feel good about themselves. This is a different B.E.A.S.T than we've seen so far, but it's very important that they don't start celebrating too soon, because Halifax is not going to slow down. These guys they're here to play. They're here to prove that they're one of the top 3 teams in the league.
Akoy Uwat is there with the offensive rebound. See consistent things that just seem a little like you can't jump with this team if you're a B.E.A.S.T. You got to put a body on your man and box him out. Ooh.
And on the side there, on that take, you have Jabril in the corner, who should be cutting as all the attention gets taken to the middle of the paint. All defenders had their eyes in the middle of the paint trying to protect home.
Ooh, nice cut. You were talking about the off-the-ball cuts, and it was Uwat for Halifax Prep there getting to the open spot. Wow. Quavon McFarland from a near impossible angle. Kisses it off glass for 2, going to the line for 3. No good. Janine Simmons. And Muntu getting the roll.
Muntu's made himself a fan favorite in Halifax, coming from Alberta.
B.E.A.S.T is battling. Got to get it over half. Halifax pressure. It's a little too much. Omichi Williams checking back in. Let's hope that he moves it in a couple of feet before he launches from range. Halifax Prep has come out strong in this second quarter, but they turn it over there. Batterdine, no good. Abiola, some contact there.
You got to leave him, give him a second.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, well, Downey takes a second. Let's take a quick break, make sure he's all right.
NPH Scouting Service. The NPH Scouting Service is another platform for exposure with a network of over 300 coaches and scouts from some of the most recognizable brands and programs. Our scouts are constantly evaluating talent to ensure accuracy and credibility.
Tavon Downey took a hard fall. He's over on the bench. He walked off under his own power. Batterdine hitting the jumper. Trying to get some positivity going in his game as well. Jaron Johnson.
Good hands.
Drop off a dime.
Good hands by Omichi. And you can hear some of the instruction from the bench here yelling it starts with defense, and they've been really solid defensively to start this game. It's just a matter of consistency. Can they keep this up all game? Do they have enough guess?
Johnson. He didn't trust his own shot, but it was nothing but net. Jaron Johnson from the land beyond.
Need one in the middle. Need one in the middle. And Jabril let that go way too soon.
Yep. Nice ball movement. Everybody forgot about Brandon Muntu coming in off the corner. Muntu again. This is what Halifax Prep does. Pushing the lead back up to 10. Timeout for B.E.A.S.T. This is what we expect to see from Halifax Prep. We'll be back after a short break. This is B.E.A.S.T getting back to their negative issues. Sloppy passes, not on the same page. After all that positivity they had after the first quarter, after that big-time buzzer beater, they now find themselves down 10.
I'm interested in how they respond. They've been tested throughout this whole event so far and have come up short in previous games. And in this one, this is the best start that they've had. It's a matter of, can they maintain the same energy they started with? Can they defend the same throughout the game? And when the press is on, that's what's really ate them up. Crestwood really fed it to them, and now they're getting a dose of it here.
And these passes again, right? They
just got to add a fake to their pass.
Yep.
Something so simple can throw off the defender because these guys are biting at everything. Halifax is biting at everything. If you fake a pass while a kid's in full range motion, he's going to bite at it.
strip. Koyuat to Muntu.
Omichi has not had his best game, and all the intangibles have to be in check if you're not going to have a solid outing offensively.
Fabiola got stripped. Got it back, trying to set up his mate. No good. Foul on the floor. Halifax Prep have got it going now. Pushing that lead back up to 15. Strip. Muntu no good to beat the clock, but Halifax Prep comes down with it. It's amazing what happens when you have that type of length and strong position on the ball. Just getting up in the midway point of the second quarter. Ooh, could have been a travel, got away. These cross-court passes, killing him. And two-handed slam. A Koyuat, length for days, finishing with power consistently.
I love what Okat's bringing to the game. There's certain players that are energy givers, and there's others that are energy takers, and he's definitely a giver. I mean, the type of plays that he creates above the rim, his rebounding, the way he runs the floor. You see the intangibles there as he's, saluting and giving everybody a high five. That's an energy giver. Those are the type of guys coaches want to recruit. And while we're on the topic of coaches, thank you to all the coaches who are tuning in from south of the border, all the NCAA coaches who have taken Canada seriously and are continuing to do so, all the U Sports programs who are developing and building the game out here at the university level, as well as the JUCO and CCAA. A lot of coaches tuning in throughout this week, and these guys are getting their looks.
Brandon Muntu with the three, and then Simmons with the steal. 5-point swing in about 10 seconds right there.
And J9's proven that he can, finish at the rim, can find his way to the rim. The next step for him is to prove that he can shoot it from outside if he's going to make himself a formidable guard in this league.
Simmons picks up the foul.
And after this one, make sure you stay tuned. We got TBA and Crestwood up next. The Battle of Toronto out in New Brunswick. It's going to be a really good game.
Crestwood finishing up their session. TBA kicking theirs off. B.E.A.S.T has been held to just 4 points in this second quarter.
Really good defense here from Okai Uat. Saw the penetration coming, took away 2 angles, took away the pass for the kick out, and closed up on the penetration.
B.E.A.S.T getting after it on the glass. Man.
And Jonas Tanazi, the longest player on the floor for B.E.A.S.T. Hope to see a lot more out of him.
Jaron Johnson, no good. Man, out of control, loses it. Jaron Johnson
There
can't
he
get
is
it to
again.
go, and there's Uat.
Really enjoying watching this kid.
Simmons kick out corner, Brandon Muntu. That's been his spot all game long. For the rest of the NPA at home watching, I think you know where Brandon Muntu likes to set up shop.
And what started off as a good game for B.E.A.S.T is really falling apart for them here before the half. Started with a 10-point lead, and now find themselves down 31. Brendan Muntu subbing out and letting his guys know, hey, don't let it turn down from here. We got to keep the intensity up. Big man Ali Ragab might find himself some playing time if they can continue to stretch out this lead. He's done a terrific job, and the program's done a terrific job in terms of just getting his body in shape. He's dropped over 30 pounds and is becoming more mobile. The only 7-footer in NPA history, legit 7 feet.
Foul on Ket Simon. Trevon Hamilton at the line, misses the first. Aviola will go back to the line. Crestwood Lions rolling in for their 1 o'clock game. Simmons, again, he had a great first game. A little silent yesterday, but strong move there to the basket. Opportunity at 3-point play. Rayvon Young checking in for Halifax Prep. Corner three. No, long two, they call it. That's Ket Simon checking in. Getting himself on the score sheet. Good D again, nice deflection from B.E.A.S.T. Just 2 on the shot clock left for Halifax. Can't beat the clock. Abiola trying to get it going for his squad. Stepped out of bounds on the sideline. 31.6 to go. Check that. Just call it. Let's call it 30 seconds left in the first half. Halifax Prep, after scoring just 25 in the first, put up 38 here in the second while limiting B.E.A.S.T to just 8 points. I think it just took Halifax Prep a little longer to shake off the morning rust. Collision down low. A little out of control, but Tim Cabre gets the whistle. Heading to the charity stripe. Gonna have to beat the clock here. I mean, it's a 28-point lead for Halifax Prep. But B.E.A.S.T has to take some positives out of that first half. We'll be back. Third quarter action after a short break.
Loads of potential. Kobe McEwen. He defended a lot of the top guys in this camp. That player is Jalen Warren. All the way. Here, good walk. Give it up.
He can do that? He can do that?
Pick it up, Jalen. Oh my God. Top 10. Top 10. Top 10. Top 10.
Jalen Llewellyn, MVP.
So across the country, we've been able to go to every city and really get guys better, and then watch them compete and tell the country, about how good they are. And you're going to be more proud to be a part of all of that. Kids are getting better. Kids are getting exposure. It's awesome.
this event is fantastic. I think you guys, North Pole Hoops, does a tremendous service for basketball in this country. And talking with Kyle Julius, my brother, we never had this when we were growing up. We never had the exposure camps, and I think it's something that people need to start to look at and take advantage of, because regardless if you're the best kid at that camp, you're gonna get noticed. And I think that's something that these kids need to understand. And you guys to go across the country and do these events, it's a tremendous thing.
I think what you guys are doing here in Quebec is putting us on the map, so to speak. I think it's as far as my responsibility, I want to get the word out there, especially with my affiliation with the national team, as to where we can make our players here in Quebec even more exposed, more noticeable. And what you guys at North Pole Hoops are doing is creating that opportunity.
A competitive person competes for a player or two, right? Competes. But a competitor always tries to find a way to win.
When we're talking top prospects across the country, it doesn't matter if you're the top guy in Ontario, because now you have to be the top guy in Canada. And then it doesn't matter that you're the top guy in Canada, because the States has 350 million people.
I like seeing you guys' hands go up when you talk about NCAA. Because a lot of times from here, we don't believe. That's the only thing that it is just believing. You guys have the talent and just the work ethic, and you guys can all put it in today.
Ici, il y a un écran sur la balle, ils disent switch. Il y a un deuxième écran sur la balle, ils disent rien. Pull-up jumper wide open.
I think it would be easier to get recognized because of North Pole Hoops. You guys are out there recognizing, identifying people because you know that there are diamonds in the rough. Back then, because of the national team, it was easy to get exposure. So if I could have the access to exposure that the kids get now, I think I would have seen my opportunity in a different way. I wouldn't have been as afraid of the opportunity. Not necessarily afraid, but I would have known more about the opportunity, known the value of the opportunity, known even the end game of the opportunity. If I knew if the climate was the same now as it was then.
I don't care if it's 4:30 left and we're up by 100. Do you hear me? You play one way and that's hard. You got me? Yeah. Let's go.
Right here. Foul! And one. Let's go, boy! I'm gonna go precision. If you can't be precise, you can't play.
Reach. Smooth. Flow. I'm 6'9", 270. I can do it lightly. You guys should be able to.
Every single one of you guys in this gym. It's about competing and seeing where you are to know, all right, I'm leaving camp, I know what I gotta work on.
If I'm evaluating a prospect and he can't play defense, you know what that tells me? That tells me I can't trust him. I can't trust you if you don't play defense.
Tell him, space out, move. You gotta direct the show, okay? Right. And you gotta keep go get it. If he's not here, ball. Communicate, right? That's next level stuff.
It speaks on the community's involvement as well. There's a lot of people that help, and you know what? That's what really North Pole Hoops is all about. It's about continuing to build culture, continuing to build community within the game, and helping the game elevate here in this country.
We want to invest into the game, we want to work with the community, and we feel that it's extremely important to work together as a community, from high school coaches to club coaches to different stakeholders. It's extremely important to work together. As we always say, it takes a village to raise a child. We really believe that, and we want to execute that.
There's one thing I've seen from Kellen Tynes. That guy is not afraid. Very pressure. It's so good in traffic.
Coast to coast on that one.
Kellen Tynes, basket plus the foul.
Kellen Tynes again on the blow by.
Tough take. You know what? I'm done calling them tough takes. I think for Kellen Tynes it's easy. He is making this a regular occurrence.
Pick in the pocket.
He's on the left side, finishes with his right hand, able to just get enough on it.
Man, Kellen Tynes, the court vision on this kid is on another level.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And there's Tynes again, Caleb Suey.
He split a pair of defenders, finessed his way around another that was looking to draw a charge, finished with a nice kiss off the window.
Great body control.
Malcolm tries another, buries it.
Wide open down low, but
That one hurt on the inside.
we're back. Second half action, game 1 of 5 today. Next up, we got Toronto Basketball Academy taking on Crestwood. Battle of Toronto out here in the East National Session. Confident in saying that'll be the first time two Toronto teams, or this is the first time two Toronto teams has ever hooked up out in the Maritimes at the high school level. Up until this point, we've only had East versus Ontario up until today. But with most teams pulling a double dip here today, you're going to see some Toronto versus Toronto matchups, which will be a nice treat for those in attendance here. I want to thank you for joining us on North Pole Hoops YouTube channel. Halifax Prep just always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Cristo Ugoto cleaned up that mess. B.E.A.S.T 8-second violations have happened consistently throughout this session. Just not playing with a sense of urgency when it comes to getting over half court. Jared Johnson, no contact, or sorry, lots of contact, no call. Stepped out of bounds on
Omichi's going to really have to review this game film. I mean, he's getting himself into trouble. The first thing that he does as a guard is rebound and dribble off to the wing. That's an area where you're going to get trapped. You want the ball coming up the middle of the floor.
Ooh. Jared Johnson gets it blocked. There's Jonas Tanazi with the long arms. Not long enough to grab that pass, though.
Exciting game coming your way next. Toronto Basketball Academy and Crestwood. Crestwood solidified themselves as a league contender for this year. And you'll hear myself, Elias, and Jason Tom all season long on the live stream. We got you covered from coast to coast.
Minute 20 here into the third. Tech on the bench. Cashed in by Lodi Kenny. Muntu inbounds. Jared Johnson. Turnover. No good. Abiola trying to get after it. Oh, big time swat. Man patrolling the skies. Asking for it up top.
Good box out there by Jaron Johnson, but he's looking around for somebody else to pick up that rebound. He did his part.
Halifax Prep playing to the score just a little bit right now. Very comfortable with this lead. Ooh, nice move, but better strip, and it ends up right in the hands of Cristo Ugoto. Yeah, this sideline is becoming death for B.E.A.S.T Prep. They're falling into traps time and time again. 2:30 gone here in the third quarter. Stay with us, short break, and we'll be back. You just seem like a guy who likes a nice pen.
Yes, we're back on.
Just like Jaron
yes, I
Johnson
do like nice pens.
likes to hit from range.
There's certain pens I don't like to lend them out to people.
Oh no, and that's what I mean. But I think there's a place, a time and place for just, for lack of a better term, utility pens.
I hear you.
Pens that if you lose, you're like, well, it's just a blue pen. Doesn't matter.
To me, a pen is so much more. I'm joking.
Let's talk about the need
back to
for a good
basketball
pen.
here. And Halifax Prep continuing where they left off. That full court press, they've been on a tangent with it. Once they set up the 2-1-2, it's been really problematic for their opponents. And I think in this particular case with B.E.A.S.T, they haven't done a good job in the second quarter onwards in terms of using the middle of the floor to break the press.
They're having fun out there, Halifax Prep, putting on some pressure, getting the guys into traps.
And at this point in time, from a personnel standpoint, Halifax Prep in this session is looking like the second best team here next to Crestwood. But then again, we have not seen TBA in action yet this season outside of, they did play in actually an event at Crestwood in the preseason. They looked good there. And a push, they get away with it. I don't know how they missed that. 2 hands on the back.
You know you're not getting that call after getting away with the push on the other end. Couple of guys on both these teams, if you see a little chatting back and forth, a lot of these kids know each other. A lot of Calgary products out here on the floor wearing either jersey or both jerseys. You hear it from the B.E.A.S.T side. They're just asking, put a body on these guys. Seems like B.E.A.S.T just consistently tries to jump with their competitors, and they're giving up size at every position. And there's a block once again. Koyuot. Then back the other way. Ugodo for 2. Got to get it over half. Once again. B.E.A.S.T collapsing down low, jump ball. B.E.A.S.T Prep gets it back. Jaron Johnson. Rebound on one end, pushing it the other way, crosses over to his left. Hand check foul. At some point, you figure Halifax Prep, who have another game today, are going to call off the dogs a little bit.
Brandon Muntu, long range that looks like it came off of his palm. Didn't really get the rotation he wanted. Big foul, no problem. J9.
J9.
finishing.
I was waiting for you to say it because I was trying to make sure that I didn't ruin it again. I think I got it now. J9 Simmons at the line in for the three-point play.
J9 good from the free throw line. Press is still on despite being up huge.
Wavon, no good. Man. Gets it blocked at the rim. Losing it on his way up. Some active hands there on D. Ooh, Euro step gets stripped. Batterdine, spin, gets it to go. Muntu tried to draw the charge. Refs weren't biting.
.2021 Tim Cabre getting his hands on a couple of loose ones.
Local kid coming back home, able to play some games. Batterdine pull up three.
Contested. I'm not sure how I feel about that one, and a lot of their possessions have been that way.
B.E.A.S.T prep late getting back on D. Had to pick up a foul, stop the layup. 'After a slow start, Halifax prep has turned things on to the point that we know they could get to. That's what we expect out of this club. Slowly becoming a team to watch out for in the NPA.
There's been a pretty quick evolution in the way that they performed compared to last year, and a big part of that is the off-season recruiting, adding all those pieces from Alberta. Digging into the Brendan Muntu treasure chest of recruiting. Muntu, I apologize, I'm getting the eyes. I know you viewers at home can't see that, but every time I mispronounce the name, I get this dirty look from Jason Tom.
Hey, we're just trying to keep each other, we have to, as a team, make each other better. Same as
No, I appreciate it.
Made sure that I've understood it's Janian Simmons.
Active hands from Rayvon Young.
Going baseline for two.
Yeah, he's been solid. He's been solid in the minutes that he's got. I know he hasn't played a bunch, but if you look at his efficiency and when they break down the minutes through crossover, hello, man. Another Alberta kid, by the way. They're dispersed all over the league. It shows you what a talent pool there is.
Alley-oop crush, man. Nice passing, Halifax prep. Chris Ogie gets himself to the charity stripe. Three minutes left here in the third quarter. Game 1 of 5 today. Elias and myself trying to pace the voice box. Try to allow the natural sounds of the gymnasium here on the campus of Rothsay Netherwood School.
Beautiful campus, by the way. For those who are looking for prep options, I mean, you got to come check it out at least. Take your visits. Parents who are watching, I mean, academically, and also from a campus standpoint, this place is amazing. Academics are in check as well.
Really a family atmosphere here. Kids are all together, eating as one.
This might be the most beautiful campus I've been to as well from the private schools in Canada. I know I haven't visited quite a few still that are on the radar, a couple in British Columbia that I've heard amazing things about. But this one's up there.
Especially when you only have about 270 kids in this school. You know, they're
some really manageable, right?
Yeah, there ain't no secrets on this campus. You know, in this game of basketball, as it continues to evolve, being held accountable is so important. So imagine not only on a team are you being held accountable, but just every day on campus, to and from class, mealtime, you're being held accountable in every aspect. You know, and talking to everybody here about Samuel Mutu, who's brought in from Toronto, and just asking, you know, how he's been able to fit in. Everybody just raving about this kid and how great he's been to this campus. But it goes both ways. They've also accepted these kids with open arms.
And he makes it easy for them, right? I mean, academically, he's got everything that he needs in check. As a baller, he brings it every game. He comes corrected with the right energy. He's a team guy. That's what really coaches want, whether it's now at the prep level or at the next level in college. It's you don't want to be a liability on the team or somebody that's high maintenance.
All flash, no finish right there. Halifax Prep just having their way right now. This B.E.A.S.T coaching staff is going to have an awful lot to be able to go back on the film sessions to show their team. As we can hear it right here beside us, I mean, it's almost too much to be able to pick it out as the game's going on. But they'll be able to look back on it all. Nice drop off as the big 7-footers on the floor, Ali Regab. There's the jam again, man. Just effortless throwing it down. Logan Rousson just came off the bench, a little chilly down there, has to get the blood flowing. Man pulls it back out.
Good to see the big man get some minutes. I talked to Coach Marcus Eaton yesterday, and he was discussing of just having the opportunity to play him. I mean, at the end of the day, they're trying to get wins, and this is a development opportunity when you're up this big to get the big man in. And I think when you look at a kid that big at 7 feet, sometimes you look at him and it's like you treat him as a man sometimes, but we got to understand and realize that he's still 15. He does need the positive reinforcement that everybody else gets. He doesn't need the game reps.
I mean, we've seen in our time following Canadian basketball, many big men fall off on the side because of the different challenges they face. We'll continue this conversation when we come back for the fourth quarter. Stay with us. We'll be back for the end of Game 1. Alistair Cott goes right down the lane with the slab. In running, here's a Cott.
Euro step.
Cott dancing on him.
Ooh, wow. Smooth.
Cott. Wow.
Another one.
Back to game action. B.E.A.S.T Prep just trying to win the quarter. It's going to be tough when you got a 7-footer out there patrolling the paint for the Halifax Prep 7s.
And he looks a lot different than when I first saw him at the NPA showcase. They've done a really good job in terms of trimming him. He looks mobile in transition.
So yes, talking about bigs. And it's glaring. And I think a lot of it comes down to genetics and population that we're picking from, but when it comes to big men in Canada, that seems to be the one place that we're lacking. And the challenges that they face, like you look at Ali out there, and like you said, he's got to trim, then he also has to add just a little bit of skill.
Oh, he's got a soft touch, man. He's got a really soft touch around the basket. I think one of the biggest things, and a lot of guards in Nova Scotia are not used to playing with the big, so the entry passes don't come as easy to them.
Very good point.
Like right there, you have Omichi.
Yep.
You have Omichi guarding Ali. On every possession, he should be getting a touch. These are crucial development minutes.
Yeah, no, I hadn't. I have definitely seen the lack of the entry pass ability at this age group. And look at the bench. Halifax Prep is up, celebrating their big man. They know how much work he's put in. They want to see him succeed. Batterdine thought better of going up. And, you know, the big man could box out probably half the team. Somebody else has to grab that board as the starters come back in for Halifax Prep. A lot of excitement down there to get their 7-footer on the floor and get him a bucket. A little collision there. Muntu, pull up, no good. B.E.A.S.T gonna push it back the other way. Abiola. Ooh. Got blocked by the ref there, but spin one way, ends up coming the righty finish, Jonas Tanazi. Ooh, pull back, dribble. Cash it. Julian Lual. getting his dancing shoes on before dropping the Jimmy. Tanazi misses it. The wall, end to end, nobody's stopping the ball. Pull up. Muntu stepped out of bounds. It's that negative step along the sideline. We've seen that a number of times here in the session. Batterdine hands it off Abiola. Taking it hard, but no finish. Lodi Kenyi. Sharon Johnson was hacking away. Finally, the whistle's blown. Corner three. I think Brandon Muntu got a piece of that, getting out with some nice perimeter D. Batterdine almost came away with it.
J9 on the penetration. As soon as you can get those two to collapse, you got the corner kick. Muntu available and waiting for it. I find that a lot of the guards just need to have a better understanding of angles and angles and timing. When you can take away the defense's angle and ability and speed to pop out back to the corner, you're going to get open looks like that to a shooter like Muntu. Last year was a top 5 scorer in the league.
Jaron Johnson really getting after it on defense this weekend.
Really good D. Not allowing the ball handler to really make decisions. Not giving him time to see the floor.
Went into the body. Abiola picks up the foul. Another offensive rebound, Halifax prep. Janai and Simmons. Some mid-air acrobatics for the finish. Nice give and go there, but no shine at the rim. Janai again. Ooh, late foul call.
Marcus Eaton's done a really good job with this team in terms of preparing them mentally. I think they're all in the right mindset in terms of going after a championship this year. They're probably another year away of becoming a legitimate contender, but what we've seen from them in terms of their evolution has been spectacular, and kudos to the coaching staff at Halifax Prep.
It'll be interesting to see them in Ottawa, how far they'll come over the next month. You know, they had that tight win against RNS to start off the season, feeling really good about themselves. Lots of confidence. Came into that Crestwood game punched him in the mouth to start it off. Thought they could hang and ended up getting dealt a 20-point L. I think that was a nice reality check for him.
A lot of these guys got to learn to keep their composure, keep their temperament in check. For a guy coming off the bench to pick up a technical foul, I would be reaming him if I was coaching.
Hey, man, everyone likes to have fun until everyone picks up a second foul and realizes they're not playing their next game of the session.
Yep.
So we'll wait till that happens, then we'll see how much people are talking at that point, how much more they can say. 1 tech's fine, 2 techs, you miss a game, and all of a sudden, life's not fair.
That's right. First to blame the refs, right? The age of accountability. The new age of accountability, I should say, because it's been the age of entitlement for the past couple of years.
Couldn't get it down. Just over the midway point here of the fourth quarter. Adil Banot running the offense. Isaiah Owen down into the corner. Logan Rousseau passes it into the Beast bench. Travel call. Not has it swatted at the perimeter. Big man's back on the floor. Kick back out, Banot. No good. Halifax Prep, all they know is a press, whether it be.
Well, we've seen the 2-1-2 from them. We've seen the 2-2-1. We've seen about 3 or 4 variations, and all have worked in their favor. Again, the guards from Halifax really got to get used to delivering an entry pass. I know they're not used to playing with the big man, but I mean, these are the type of minutes right here. This is a development opportunity for Ali Ragab. The idea is you want a kid like this to have the confidence that's built up by nationals. Ooh!
I thought you were going to talk over another one there.
No, I saw that coming.
Tear your headset off.
I saw that coming. I was just waiting for it. He really got up there.
Rayvon
That would
Young.
have been the play of the weekend right there.
They both went up with negative vibes. Nothing good was going to come of that one way or another, and it ended up with a foul, a couple bodies hitting the floor.
And again, give it up for Rayvon Young, class of 2019, 6'3" guard. He's done amazing with his minutes. He's been probably the most efficient player throughout this weekend.
There's the guy with the block. But nope. Finds the big man. Foul called. Seven-footer at the line. Halifax native. Got some fans in attendance in the stands here as well. No good. Trying it again. Second one's pure. Look out. Back out top. 3-ball. Cash money. Trayvon Hamilton. Toronto native. Making the most of his floor time out there. Halifax Prep getting out in the open floor. Almost lose it, get it back. Yeah. Works in practice.
A shout out to coach from Nova Scotia, Tim Nettle, for bringing Ali Regab to our attention. Brought him out to the NPA showcase that was held at Acadia, the last event. And the kid, I think after the showcase, felt a new level of love for the game and wanted to pursue it at a higher level. And actually Ming, who's the owner of the program here at Halifax Prep, he's sitting in attendance, took interest in him right away and wanted to develop him being a big man himself.
Hamilton getting it going from range. Got the roll there. Under a minute to go here. Thank you for everyone joining us online. Hope you stay tuned for Toronto and Crestwood next. They're going to put on a show for the Maritime basketball fans out here. 30 seconds to go now. We're going to start that one up at about 5 minutes after 1 local time. Give the teams a good 20 minutes to warm up here. Toronto Basketball Academy playing their first of the session. From downtown, Isaiah Owen. Five seconds to go. Halifax Prep going to dribble it out. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back. Toronto Basketball Academy in Crestwood in about 20 minutes' time.